Okay. You slowly open your eyes and see the water around you. You recall a bit what happened yesterday, and you remember vividly the elder of that tribe telling you about if you weren't going to join them and be a part of their civilization, then you best leave their lake because they claimed dominion over most of it. You wake up with a stretch and kind of swim out from the little alcove you found yourself in and are now kind of just hovering in the water, pondering on what you to do next.
Hmm. I think the first thing Maroth is going to do is grab, try and grab at least one or two fish, get something to eat before she decides to leave.
Mm-hmm. No, knowing that you're hungry and also recognizing your high metabolism, you spend the few maybe 30 minutes dashing around the lake catching some fish to eat, kill and eat. Ever since over the past few days you've been in this world, you've gotten much more accustomed to your body, especially getting used to how it performs swimming. Although of course you were always great at swimming, getting used to the fins and the underwater breathing. Definitely took a bit, but you're finding yourself catching the fish much easier, even though most of the spawn continues to get away each time.
Mm. Okay, so once she's a little more full, she is going to poke her head out of the water and see if there's anyone near the shore that she's at.
You pop your head out of the shore, kind of check your surroundings. You're around in the middle of the lake, maybe a bit further north, but you're in between the two islands on the lake. You look around, and from what you can see, although you can't see the whole shore because the trees on the islands are blocking the way, there is no one there.
Good. Then she's gonna go to the nearest path. She's gonna get onto the shore and go to the nearest path because I think she is still near one of the
Yeah.
pathways. Yeah, and she is going to just begin walking.
Recognizing there's no one around you, you get up and go back to return to the path you were originally walking on before those priests came after you. Well, not after you, but but past you, and continued walking down the same path. You note the mountain ranges to your left and to your right, and figure that the path at some point is going to diverge left based on them. Like you recognize the surroundings from beforehand. Some mostly plains with some grass and flowers, with few patches of trees spotted here and there, as well as some couple animals, a few rabbit-looking creatures, and some larger ones bouncing around the plains.
Mm.
You continue to walk down the path. Not really sure where you're going, but figuring that any place is as good as, well, ever. Um,
Mm. Yeah.
hmm?
I want Maroth to try and sneak up on one of the rabbits and catch it.
Okay,
How easy would that be for her?
we'll see.
Yay.
uh, Maroth begins to, well, um, you begin to look for, one of the rabbits jumping in and about. You eventually find one, and, um, and one bouncing around, and try to approach it as cautiously as you can. You slowly but surely get closer to the creature. However, you find yourself much less agile than you were on land, than you were than you were on the in the water. And before you're close enough to pounce, it notices you and springs away. You note that it can jump
Damn it.
oddly high.
Oh man. Anyways, uh, Maroth is going to poke her head out of all the field grass and see if she can see any other rabbits or other small animals nearby.
You look around for any possible small-ish animals. The rabbits seem to the original attempt on the rabbit seems to have startled the rest of them, and they have long since kind of bounced away.
Oh
However,
man.
you notice some of the trees and see some holes in the trees. What appear to be nests. You can try to
Ooh.
approach those.
Yeah, it's gonna get closer to one of the trees and uh she's not gonna really look inside, but she is going to reach her hand in. Because if there's something bad in there, she'd much rather her hand get a little scratched up than her eyes get royally fucked up.
You climb up to the tree and stick your hand in the hole and kind of feel around. You feel a nest, some kind of like some like hay and like some other fibers that padded the nest, but there's nothing inside.
Oh man.
Whatever lives here is currently not home.
Mm.
However, you hear rustling in the trees and look up to see two small little animals. They remind you of squirrels, but with three pairs of legs and hooked claws. Um, they have very bright yellow skin with some silver lines across the side. They have incredibly large ears and whiskers, each both almost much larger than their face, almost comically large.
Ooh.
And they seem and they kind of seem to just be ignoring you, thinking that you can't reach them.
Their claws. Do they look like the kinds of claws that would be used to attack?
They look like they look like the kind of claws dogs have.
Hmm. Maroth is going to try and climb the tree.
You begin to attempt to climb the tree to reach the creatures for some reason. Um, and but at the moment you step when you're about halfway up the tree, the squirrel-like things seem to notice you and extend their sides, revealing flaps of skin that are very thin, and they jump off the tree and begin to glide using said flaps and land under the tree.
Damn it. That's a failed endeavor then, and Maroth is
You are
gonna just
very
kind of.
oddly sad about this, may I just say.
She wants to try and find food that's not fish so she can eat.
Yeah, but I feel like small animals aren't the greatest.
Okay, what is a small fish? What is a fish but a small animal?
A large animal.
But it's a
Have you
fish.
not seen
How
some
big are these fish? How
have,
big are the fish she's been catching?
like large like saber-toothed
Oh
salmon
shit.
sized?
Okay, never mind then. Jesus.
Have you not seen how big salmon can get?
We're in salmon.
I mean, they're not salmon, but they're
Well, salmon sized. Salmon sized.
yeah, salmon sized. Yeah,
But
that's how big she's been eaten.
god damn. Okay. Well, she's gonna slowly try and slide down the tree because that's a failed endeavor.
You climb down the tree, and the squirrels kind of just look at you, kind of confused, but return back to their what appear to be chattering.
You're gossiping about me.
Maybe, maybe they are. Anyways,
Maroth is going to continue back down the path.
you continue walking down the path, and along the way, notice some sheep-looking creatures off to the right, grazing on the grass.
Does it look like they're livestock or just wild animals? Is
Wild,
there any indication?
wild animals, as far as you think. Although there's no real way
Hmm.
to tell. There's no like shepherd
Right.
nearby.
Right. Okay. Maroth is going to get back down into. Is the grass still tall here?
No.
Oh, shit.
Actually, let me check. What is the grass? The indigenous grass. Uh, Lorraine Plains, indigenous grass. No, no, it is not.
Okay. Well, hmm. Maroth, she's gonna pass by this because I think she's going to need a little bit more than just her hands to get sheep.
Fair enough.
So she is going to continue down the path, but might come back to this later.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Deciding to ignore the sheep, believing that you're not able to kill them effectively yet, you continue down the path. As you walk down the path, you continue to notice similar animals, some of those flying squirrel-like creatures, rabbit-like creatures, some sheep, as well as even some what appear to be smaller wolves. However, they seem to remind you more of dogs. You tried approaching them, but they run away way too quickly.
Mm,
As well as rarely, you also happen to notice some other creatures that appear to have a very large shell that they can use to roll into a ball and roll across the plains.
ooh, cute.
Mm-hmm. Other than that,
Right.
huh?
Go on.
No,
Go on.
you can interrupt. You
Are, are they like trying to move away from me?
no, they don't fear you.
They're, and how big are they?
Do you know how big an ankylosaurus is?
Oh shit.
We'll say the size of a bull.
Oh Jesus. Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, they're large. Uh, they don't really pay much mind to you, not really perceiving you as a threat. Probably because you're small. But yeah, you kind of take in the nature, the trees, the plants, the animals. It's kind of relaxing, not having to worry about and just kind of walking along this path. You
Mm.
continue for unimpeded for a few hours, and as the sun it goes from noon to afternoon, you start to get a bit tired from walking because you've been kind of swimming this entire time.
Right. Where is she now? What is the surroundings like?
So you've been walking for maybe 4 hours, we'll say. The mountain range to your right, you've just about passed, and the actually, I will say you're almost past it, and the mountain range to your left seems to almost be getting closer. But other than that, it's still just kind of plains.
Hmm. Maroth is gonna try and find. Are there any trees nearby?
Yeah, some small patches.
Okay. She's gonna try and redo. She's gonna try and do a take two on that spear she had worked on before.
How so?
She's gonna begin looking for, uh, obviously some better sticks and maybe, more strong, twine, but fiber.
Hmm. You approach some of the trees looking for some sticks. You note that these trees seem to be more sturdy than the ones you were used to. Um, Specifically, there are some patches of trees that seem to be incredibly large from the others, like very, very tall. They remind you almost of the redwoods in your old world. Um,
Mm.
their foliage is very large, even though being maybe 20 to 30 feet off the ground. Their foliage still covers still provides shade on the ground, maybe with a radius of maybe 5 to 6 feet.
Ooh,
Uh,
nice.
their branches are too high up to reach. However, you notice that along the ground, some of them have fallen, and they're definitely the largest ones around with an easy radius of 3 inches, making them very
Oh,
yeah. You pick one up and you can barely you can like it takes two hands to wrap. It takes two of your hands to completely wrap around it, which would likely make it good as a two-handed spear.
good, good.
With the log acquired, you kind of chip off any parts that are sticking off to get a nice clean branch, and begin to look for some fibers.
Mm.
You look around for anything that could work as said fibers, and fibers, and kind of aim for some plants. You look around and for a while, say 15 minutes, and but aren't really coming up with much. Most of the plants you attempt to pull up are clearly way too weak to serve as suitable twine or string to hold whatever tip you want to put on this together. You continue looking, we'll say, for maybe another 5 to 10 minutes until you come across this very long looking plant. They look like they're very long, and you pull them out. They're like almost grayish green in color, and they look edible. Maybe they kind of remind you of green onions in a sense, but right now you're not really looking for onions. Um, you
Right.
you pull.
Do they smell? They smell like
They
onions?
smell acidic.
Maroth is gonna try to do the same thing she did with the carrot before and kind of try and nibble on it just a little bit. Does it taste like an onion?
Tastes like an onion.
Okay, we already don't want that. That's dog shit.
Bit insalted, but okay. Um, yeah. So the trees, yeah. So they're weak on their own, but you think that because they're so long, you might be able to tie them together and make a stronger twine. And so you pull
Hmm.
out a bunch of them because they seem to grow in a large patch, and kind of interfold them like you're braiding something, and manage to you think you braid maybe six of together each, and you grab it and kind of like to pull it kind of like a belt cracking, and they seem to be quite strong. You repeat this process and it takes maybe an hour and a half because you're not that used to braiding. But at the end, you have end up with six of these long twines that should be enough to secure any sort of spear tip you put on your log.
Nice. So now she's actually gonna begin looking for a spear tip.
You look around for another hour. You find a bunch of rocks, obviously, but none of them are either sharp, they're not sharp enough, or too small. You continue to look around until you see a large rock in the distance. Probably, probably like a boulder from something, you don't know what. You approach it hoping that there are chips, and you look around the boulder, and after another 10 minutes or so, you eventually find a a big pointed rock. It's a bit odd shaped, but it does have a tip that is somewhat pointed that appears to have fallen off the rock.
Ooh, Yeah, I'm gonna take that.
With all the pieces of the spear finally gathered, you spend 20 minutes tying the trying to tie the spear tip to the branch. Eventually, you actually end up having to dig a bit into the branch using your claws and the spear tip to kind of like almost make a little hole in the top of the branch, putting the spear in that hole and then tying it around that hole. But regardless, you make a very, very large spear. You kind of hold it to the side of you, and it's maybe like 2/3 your height. Uh, it's very large, but you're strong enough to use it.
Good, good. Now, is it about midday, or is it a little bit
Evening.
later? Evening. Maroth is going to
The
begin.
sun's halfway down the horizon.
Okay. Then Maroth is going to begin going back to the sheep creatures.
Yeah, as the sun sets, you move closer and closer towards the sheep creatures you remember earlier. They moved a bit away, but you can still see them grazing on the grass.
Mm, Maroth is going to sit. Probably like, are there any nearby rocks or
There
anything?
are some
Just says,
trees.
yeah, she's gonna go over to a tree, sit down, leaning on the trunk, put the spear down, to her side, and just wait for it to get darker.
You find the nearby tree near the sheep that puts you out of their vision, and lay the spear down, trying your best to make it look like just a stray branch. And hide and kind of lay down behind the trees, also catching your breath a bit, getting a bit of rest while you wait. And as you kind of just stare into the sun, you as you kind of stare into the sun, slowly waiting for it to set. After maybe another 2 hours, the sun has fully gone down, and it is basically as dark as night.
Maroth's gonna look back at the sheep. Are they still there?
Maroth looks around with the moonlight only barely illuminating anything and sees the sheep have gone to sleep.
Okay. Okay.
I know where this is going, but like you're mean. May I just say?
A gal's gotta eat. Okay. Okay.
I like how there are two contexts to that statement.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway.
I feel like you need both of them, but anyways, continue.
Yeah, but still. Maroth is going to pick up the spear
We need to start the Burb needs
and
more bitches campaign.
oh, hold on.
I support it. I support it.
Hashtag Burb needs more bitches.
I've run
in,
political campaigns before, but this is new.
Everyone put hashtag Burb needs more bitches in the group chat. No, Jamal. It's gotta be as a hashtag. Jamal, what part about hashtag did you not understand? Huh? I literally said hashtag. Like, Jesus Christ.
Small when there's
See,
Yeah.
bully properly.
Hashtag sheep. The sheep.
the poor sheep about to get murdered
No!
by
Oh
Bird.
my god. Anyway, Murph is going to begin moving closer to the sheep, trying to stay as quiet as possible.
I assume with the spear.
Yes.
You lift up the spear in your hands and, carrying it with both, slowly walk towards the sheep. They rustle a bit, but likely just trying to get more comfortable in the grass, and eventually you manage to get close enough to one where you can reach it with your spear. It still hasn't woken up.
Maroth is going to slowly stand up properly, 2 legs straight, and raise the spear over her head.
Only time Maroth's gonna be straight. What? Yeah. You stand up and prepare the spear in your hands and ready yourself to stab the creature.
Maroth is going to firmly grasp it
Hey,
and
yo.
firm.
You are. You're really. We should quote that. With both hands, Maroth firmly grasps it.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
This is what.
Anyway,
That's
she's
supposed
going
to be
to.
what a Sylvius does, not Maroth. Why are you taking his job?
And she's going to plunge the spear into the sheep's side.
With both hands, you firmly grip the shaft of the spear,
Stop!
and shove it deep inside the sheep. The spear penetrates the sheep, and the spear deeply penetrates the sheep, and the sheep screams. Well, suddenly wakes up and screams in pain, and the rest of the sheep realize what's happening and begin to run away. And the other sheep tries to run away. However, the jaggedness of the tip keeps itself embedded deeply inside of the sheep. And further, you also notice that the sheep's wool seems to be very stringy, almost sticky. So when you deeply penetrated the sheep, its wool is preventing it from getting away because it almost entangles with the spear. So now you're just gonna have a sheep stuck on your long hard spear, and you're hard to keep control of it because it is kicking and fighting, attempting to get away.
Maroth is going to back up, moving her hands to like the back of the spear, so she's not like in the vicinity to be kicked, but she still has her hands on the spear.
You bring your hands down to the bottom of the spear in one quick stroke, and so that way the sheep can't kick you, and also you have better control over the spear as the sheep is kicking and moving.
And now she's gonna try and push the spear deeper.
You
just get this thing to stop.
you
Stop thrashing.
Stop squirming. You firmly grip the shaft and shove it even deeper inside of the sheep in an attempt to get it to stop squirming and fighting. And manage to shove the whole thing much deeper inside of the sheep.
Okay, this is
Welcome back, Elvis.
Is this what?
Welcome
What?
back.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Alright, welcome
You
back
know, when I
to,
said fuck the
welcome back to
fish, I didn't mean it like that. Holy shit, my god.
As you firmly push in and push the spear, the hard, long spear, deeper inside the sheep, it stops kicking as you appear to pierce one of its internal organs, and it starts bleeding and stops fighting, but it isn't dead yet.
It was so big, you pierced an organ.
Well, while the sheep is just sort of slowing down, Maroth is gonna look around and see if there's any sheep lingering, because that might not be a good thing.
After forcing the sheep down, you look around to see if there are any other sheep that are still around to see what you're currently doing, and there are none.
Okay, good, good.
Hey, why is that good?
If there's more sheep around, I don't know. I feel like some sheep would try to like kill her.
Yeah, for violating their friend, I wouldn't blame them for that.
For the
And
record,
you made a
violate is an
sheep,
understatement.
Verb, you made a sheep who was
That wasn't a
victimized.
violation.
I love wordplay.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
But yes, there are no other sheep around.
Okay. So Maroth is just gonna kind of sit and wait for the sheep to just bleed out.
Jesus Christ! God damn!
What?
You could just stab it again. Okay, guess not.
Well, you
I
said
thought I was
the
the cool one,
spear's
Jesus.
stuck. You said the spear is like pretty stuck in there.
Oh yeah, but
Okay,
you
I'll
didn't.
try to
You
take the
didn't. You
spear
didn't
out.
try to pull it out.
I'll listen. I listen. I give up very easily.
I know you don't like. I know you
About
don't. I
me.
know you don't like pulling out. But damn.
Maroth is gonna try to pull the spear out.
You once again firmly grip the shaft of the spear, and almost using your foot to press against the sheep, you attempt to pull it out of the sheep. It takes a bit of pulling, but eventually you manage to dislodge the spear from the sheep, and the sheep starts bleeding out even more now that the plug stopping the blood has been removed.
Marathon's gonna stab it again. This time in the neck.
You take the spear and plunge it into the sheep's neck, killing it.
Good, good. Uh, I think what you say this sheep is
Is dead.
heavy, heavy.
Oh, heavy. With its coat, yes.
Okay. Mouth is just gonna begin trying to open up the sheep's carcass right there because she doesn't want to drag this thing away.
You approach the sheep, now dead, and attempt to open up the sheep. You start to spread it open nice and wide. However, the stringy and messy wool makes it a bit difficult. So you take maybe an hour to get the most of the wool off to actually get to the nice meat. With the sheep wool removed, you remove through the opening you made in its chest. You remove the internal organs, albeit roughly.
I'm gonna be real. I don't think she's really removing any of the internal organs. She's just trying to
All right.
get to any muscle. She's not a butcher. She doesn't know what the fuck she's doing, and I don't think she even cares about the organs being there.
That's okay. You might die, but we'll see.
Really?
Yeah. Internal organs tend to be poisonous.
Oh. Damn. Okay.
No, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. She probably
She's
won't.
not gonna eat the organs.
Yeah, she won't die from it. It just will not be a good experience. Put it that way.
Fair.
You after removing the coat and revealing the actual flesh, you kind of just start tearing into the meat, eating around the ribs, and after maybe eating half of the beast, mostly the ribs, the legs, and the rump, you are mostly full. And there's maybe still half of the carcass left.
Mm. Is it mostly like how much is it mostly like meat or is it more organs and
You've
bones?
eaten maybe 3/4 of the total meat content on this thing.
Meredith is gonna wipe some of the blood off her mouth
There's
kind
more
of
than
out
some.
of.
There's more than some. It's a lot.
Really wiping you off, it just kind of smears it a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah. You attempt to take your hand to wipe the blood off your face. However, now there's just blood on your hand and your face.
Hold on, there we go. Um, Maroth is gonna take some of the wool that's discarded. At least any of it that's if there's any that's still clean to some degree.
There's a bit.
Um, how easy do you think it would be to make something out of this wool?
Best you
At
can
least in its current state.
best you can do is wipe your hands on it.
That's better than nothing. She's gonna wipe her hands off on it
You
and
kind of grab the yeah.
maybe, yeah, and maybe try to like bunch some up to make it more usable to wipe
You kind of
the
like
blood off of her
yeah, pick up
mouth.
the stringy wool and like wipe your hands on it, and it gets a bit of it off. And you also use it to clean your face, which works better than your hands. But you're still the scent of blood and the stain of it is definitely still on your skin.
Ah, damn. I guess this is a good opportunity as any to try and find a way, try to find the nearest water source other than the lake, the big lake.
Yeah.
Did she see any small amounts of water on her walk here?
No. However, you remember that the lake seemed to be flowing north. So, if there is a body of water anywhere, it probably would be north.
Let's start going north.
You
She's gonna take the spear in her hand, and begin walking north.
You remember that you walk through north, noting that when facing north, there's a mountain range to your southwest and a mountain range to your northeast, with a small opening with an opening in between them. You continue to you walk. Actually, you walk. May I remind you though, it is the dead of night. Um, and you are very tired.
Right. Yeah.
You attempt to walk towards the ocean, which you think it is, but your legs are slowly starting to give out on you, and you realize
Mm,
you really can't even hold the spear anymore because you're way too tired.
shit. I guess the best how I guess maybe it would be best to try and rest by the tree.
You walk up to the nearest tree, kind of dropping the spear before you even make it there, unable to even support its weight, and you kind of fall down on the tree, and kind of just lay there next to its trunk, and within seconds you're out. Um, You wake up to some of those creatures that were able to roll up into a ball, kind of sniffing you.
Aw.
They seem to be curious as to why this bloody smelling fish is kind of just sitting underneath a tree.
Maroth opens her eyes and she's just staring at them, not really sure what to do because she knows these things are pretty big and she doesn't want to scare them, so she kind of uh breathes a little heavily on one of their faces to try and know that she's awake and she's alive.
You open your eyes and breathe on the creature, and it kind of backs up a bit, and then turns around and kind of walks away, well, rolls away.
Mm. What time is it now? Is it still night or
Morning.
Maroth is gonna begin going more north.
You grab the spear again and continue walking north. You walk for a few hours, Nothing much of the scenery changes, but you pass the mountains and begin to feel the ocean breeze on your face.
Yay!
You continue walking.
Can
Yeah?
can she at all? Does it all smell? Have that like ocean smell?
Do a bit, but it's not that much because you're only kind of getting there.
Mm.
You walk for maybe another 30 minutes, and eventually you see the beach. You start running towards the beach, start running towards the beach, and you drop the spear on the beach and kind of just jump into the water. Landing in the water, you finally feel the sticky feeling of blood you've had on your body since you killed the sheep washing away, and also feeling yourself be rejuvenated. Likely something to do with your current race. Regardless, yeah, you swim around the ocean a bit, recognizing that you can also breathe and see in salt water.
You can or can't?
Can.
Okay, good, good. Maroth is gonna, yeah, just kind of begin scrubbing the blood, especially off of her, face and hands.
Using the water, you rub your hands and face, getting all the blood off you as well as off your clothes and off your any other parts of your body. This for maybe 10 minutes. Eventually, you feel clean.
Good. Uh, so now she is in the ocean, on the ocean shore. Are there any signs of civilization anywhere that she can see?
Nope.
She's gonna get up. She's gonna get out of the water, grab the spear, and then begin walking more along the shore. Possibly just kind of going back into the water and like swimming close to the shore so that way she's not as tired going forward and she can go faster.
So do you want to like walk on the shore and and swim in the water sometimes, or like swim in the water only?
I think walk for a little bit and then just begin swimming.
Okay. You begin walking along the beach, occasionally walking along the beach, and whenever you feel like it, diving into the water, which also makes it easier to carry the spear because, decreased gravity. You continue to you swim and walk along the shore for maybe the rest of the day, we'll say. Being next to the ocean also allows you to catch nearby fish and eat them, so that hasn't been an issue. We'll say it's around, and also swimming has rapidly increased your pace of movement, and so maybe around early evening, around supper time, you'd think, you start to see a very, very, very large temple appearing in the distance.
By temple, you mean like religious temple,
Yes.
right? Ooh. What kind of style is it built in? I'm just curious.
Let's
Like, what does
say Russian Orthodox.
Interesting. I just wanna look up what that looks like. Okay.
Imagine the Kremlin.
The what?
The Kremlin.
Okay.
Do you not know what the Kremlin is?
No, I fucking don't.
Okay, anyways.
Think
Jamal,
of Moscow as a spiral.
Jamal, I'm gonna strangle your parents.
The moment he unmuted, Burp was like, "Don't you fucking dare!"
I read the shit he posted. Anyway, Maroth is gonna go further away from the shore while still going in the direction of the temple.
Say that again. Sorry.
She's like gonna be keep going towards the temple, but going further away from the shore, so she's not like, so it's harder to see her.
Mm-hmm. You grab your spear and head into the ocean, starting to you starting to head into the starting to head into the water deeper and deeper. However, yeah, it's attempting to avoid getting sight, but still deciding to approach the temple. Um, as you get closer, you start to be able to make out more features of it. It's a very grand looking, almost like cathedral like building. Um, it has very bright colors, very lots of reds, blues, greens, and whites, with curved bell-shaped tops. It seems to have. It seems to be almost a mix between German Roman architecture and Russian architecture. It has the tall towers of cathedrals and grandiose paned glass that you're used to see in Catholic churches, but also has the bright colors and unique symbolism and roof design of Russian architecture. Um,
Mm.
as your sight of the temple is slowly blocked by a mountain range, but as you continue down the ocean and find yourself almost parallel to the temple, you kind of have a full view of it. It's an incredibly large temple, and currently the back of it is facing you.
Say that again.
So,
The back part is facing her.
yeah,
Okay, okay. Um, does it look like there's like a lot of activity going on there,
you
or
can't tell
is
from
most
your
of the activity
position.
probably, yeah. God, I want so badly to approach, but I know that's probably a bad idea.
Up to you.
You know what? You know what? We're living like Larry today. Maroth is gonna slowly get out of the water and she's um gonna go closer to the temple, but she is going to put this probably isn't the best idea, but like what's a spear even gonna do against a bunch of fucking magic ass priests? Let's be real.
I don't know.
I guess we won't find out today, but she's going to put the spear down far enough from the shore that it probably won't get washed away by the tide.
Uh huh.
And she is going to slowly approach the church,
Okay, you put the
still
spear.
from.
You put the
Hmm?
spear down on its upper parts of the beach, far enough where the sand is dry and you recognize the shore won't pull it away. Um, and slowly begin to cautiously approach the temple. Can't see anyone yet because you're facing the back side of it, but nonetheless you use every tree, every structure you can find, every naturally occurring structure to hide behind, as you slowly approach the temple. After 10 minutes of cautiously scanning your surroundings, you eventually reach the back of the temple.
Mm. Maroth is gonna put her ear to the wall of the temple and see if she can hear anything.
You don't hear anything.
God damn it. Um, she's gonna slowly move along the wall of the building until she can find a window or just some sort of opening she can listen through.
You follow the side of the cathedral and find a back entrance, as well as a basement dweller entrance, like a hatch.
Ooh, scary. Um, the hatch, does it look, is it like,
It looks locked by a standard metal lock.
okay. Then there was another intro, not intro,
Back door.
back door. Oh my God. What? I'm
Doesn't
so,
doesn't seem to be locked. Yeah.
okay. Meredith is gonna open the door just a sliver and try to listen if there's anyone nearby.
You pop open the door, and it kind of appears to be a back alley entrance. It kind of feels like at the entrance to a stage almost, like how you have back entrances to a stage to bring in props and other things. You can hear people murmuring from inside, but you can't make out anything yet.
Hmm.
Whatever it is, it doesn't appear to be a large sermon or something. Likely whoever are here aren't like it isn't an organized day. You know what? Actually, I say that, but I definitely should actually check if that adds up because
Okay.
okay, so we ended on Castier the 10th. You woke up on Castier the 11th, fell asleep on Castier the 12th, which is okay, so it's currently a fill day. Is fill day Elven or human? I have to check. Timelines and dates, calendar. Fill day is a humanoid day. Okay, what is the holy day of Wesson Titus? Holy day. Holy fucking the religious day for Vititus is the second day of the week, Lofande. Okay, it is not the religious day. Okay, I genuinely had to make sure.
Okay, okay.
Because if Theo Day
Okay.
was in fact the religious day for Vititus, I just fucked with my own lore so goddamn hard. Okay, yeah, okay. Anyway, run it back. Yeah, yeah. It's whatever. You can likely assume that it's not an important religious day.
Maroth is going to, before she even dares go any further in, she is going to look around for a rock or a branch of some sort she can use to prop open the door a little bit in the event that she needs to escape.
Always a reminder that you do have your skills, because I think you're the only person who has yet to use a skill ever, which admittedly is pretty impressive.
Thank you.
But you
Well,
managed.
I mean, okay, like I'm looking at this and like I don't I've been thinking about it and I'm like I'm not sure how many apply quite yet.
Applications. Yeah, fair enough. Honestly impressive. You have gotten by far the farthest without using a single skill or magic.
Yeah, the only ones she's at all used are the ones that like make her
Passively
stealthier
active, yeah.
and more fast when she's in the
Yeah,
water.
but
That's like
but
just kind
passive
of
skills don't really count.
okay.
But yeah, Elpis spammed his skill, and so did Dread just to escape monsters. Jamal had to spam his skills just to fight the Orc Chief and the other Lackeries. Meanwhile, Burb's just like, I make a funny spear, and it goes stab.
But yeah, she's gonna look around for a rock or a branch she can use to prop open the door. One, so that way it doesn't like close loudly when
Yeah.
she's trying to enter, and two, if she needs to escape, she can escape more quickly.
Mm-hmm. You look around and easily find like a big enough rock and just kind of prop it up against the door as you enter the cathedral.
Mm. And once that is done, she's going to slowly move, trying to listen to what's being said or catch a glimpse of who exactly is worshiping at this temple.
Mm-hmm. You enter the temple and from the back door and kind of walk onto the stage. Well, not onto the stage, but what appears to be a stage. It looks like a large stage where maybe lots of priests can give sermons or even you can host events. It appears to be a multi-purpose stage. There are multiple rows of curtains and anchor systems. You note it reminds you a lot of a theater in a sense, but in a more holy sense. You immediately notice religious symbols all across the walls, although you don't recognize them, obviously. No, none of the traditional crosses you're used to, or the stars of David. Regardless, you slowly sneak into the temple and peek behind the curtains. And in the you notice, and in this very very large room, there are gallows and galleries for people to sit on the top, multiple rows, as well as chairs along the floor. You estimate that this room could maybe fit 500 to 1,000 people, and anywhere from there. It's hard to tell. But there's not many people in the there's no one there actually, and
Oh.
the only people there appear to be priests sweeping.
Oh, okay. I thought you literally meant no one. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, there are only a few priests sweeping the floors and cleaning the windows. They don't seem to be talking. They seem to be obviously muttering small things to each other, but nothing of real value. You also notice that across the stage is another door slightly propped open.
Oh. Hmm. So yeah, the priests are just muttering, like,
Muttering ambient stuff, kind of like simple small talk that
mm,
doesn't really have any information or anything of value.
okay. Maroth is gonna wait a little bit, see if there's any point in which she can just like,
Yeah.
yeah,
You
any point in which she
yeah.
can go further
You
without being spotted.
you wait and kind of watch the priests clean, and as the sun begins to set, you assume that maybe they gonna finish around nighttime, and you surmise correctly. As the evening begins to fall into night, the priests finish up their work, pack up their things, and leave the temple out the front door. As they open the front door, you catch a quick glimpse of the outside and notice that there is a very large reception room, and likely the temple is much bigger than just this room.
Hmm. Hold on, let me look over my skills again. I'm kind of. Oh no, I'm realizing other than like sucker shot and probably like uh oh god. I'm not sure how many of these would end up being very useful.
In a combat
Um
setting.
yeah. She really is built for fighting in the water, huh?
Yeah. I mean, you made her.
I know, I know. Ah. So Maroth is gonna begin creeping closer to that other door that was open.
Bit of trolling. Say that again, sorry?
She's gonna begin going through the room. She's gonna actually look around this room a little bit first.
After waiting a few more minutes to ensure the priests have left, you step out from behind the curtain and kind of look into the room. Being able to get a full view of the room makes it much more grandiose and domineering than it appeared to be before. And this with a very high ceiling, very beautifully patterned walls and chairs. Even like what appear to be the lowest class chairs are made of very fine, refined wood. You look around the room and
Ooh.
don't really notice anything, however. Um, you assume that the galleries up top, the likely are reached by a staircase in the main entrance that you saw past the doors in the front. There isn't really anything there, as it appears that whatever sermon is held here, the priests do a very good job at cleaning up.
Mm. Are there any books nearby, like any religious texts nearby?
Nope.
Oh, damn. Well, Maroth is going to go towards the other door that had been open. Is it still open?
Yes.
She's going to poke her little head through and see what's in that room.
You walk across the stage to the other door and open it, and it is not a back entrance. You open it and look inside, and there is a staircase down. Not a dungeon staircase, it actually looks very pretty. Nicely lined wood walls, the torches seem to be well made. Although a bit ominous, it's not like it doesn't look like a secret evil lair underneath the holy building trope. Rather, just an actual basement to a building. As you look into the building, you hear a sound from the door. Not like the door like near you, but the main door.
The main door?
Yeah.
Oh. Like the door opening?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Okay, that ambience lined up way too well with that.
Oh.
But yeah, you can either look or hide or whatever.
Maroth is going to back into this room.
Not
and
continue.
not room, the staircase. And she is going to begin. Like, is it just staircase? No other hallways attached to parts of the staircase? It
No.
just goes down?
It just goes down, yeah.
We're going down.
Not wanting to see whoever is entering the temple, you step into the room and close the door slowly behind you, and begin descending the stairs. They go down for what feels like 2 floors, until eventually you see an exit and walk through, and it's a door to your right. You can either open it or peek inside or whatever.
Yeah, she's gonna peek inside.
You slowly creak open the door and look inside the bottom of the temple. You see lots of props, religious what appear to be like religious props, even things like religious props, some like hanging suns, hanging moons, fake mountains, platforms, just all the stuff that seem to remind you of like a play setting, but on a more religious level. And you look around a bit as much as you can. There's some tables, some chairs, some props, some like fake swords, what appear to be, but no one in the room, as far as you can see.
Is there any artifacts that would resemble any sort of figure of worship?
Not that you can see.
Damn. No religious text either?
Not that you can see.
Shit. Well,
Reminder, you're only
I
peeking,
don't think this is...
you're only peeking into the room.
Oh, true. Right. Fair. Maroth is going to open the door and go in fully to get a better look.
You fully open the door, closing it behind you, not wanting to alert anyone to your position, and get a full grasp of the room. It's a very large basement. Where you are appears to be the only entrance or exit. And you look around. You recognize the props. But you see in the back of the room a very large marble statue, as well as a bookshelf and a couple other things, but like they appear to just be more and more props. Boxes, for example.
The figure, the statue, what does it look like?
More folder scrolling. Where's gods? Here's gods. Okay, which one was it? Fuck. It's this one. Nope, that's the sub god. Fuck. Which one? It was Wait, what? Am I blind? I might be. Oh, here we go. Okay. You look at the statue and see it is an adult human. It appears to be an adult human female. They have very long hair stretching almost down to their waist, and appear to be in a praying pose. You know, similar, hands put together, but not completely together. Only the tips of her fingers are touching, as well as the tips of her thumbs. She used to be wearing a very long toga, with gems embroiled into them. Obviously not real gems, they're all still marble. She has 4 pairs of wings on her back, each symmetrical with each other, giving her a very powerful appearance to her. She doesn't have any shoes on and seems to have her eyes closed with with a slight smile on her face. The same you'd expect from a caring mother.
Mm. The books. Maroth is gonna take a random book off the shelf and open to a random. I open to the. Look at the cover. Look at the cover.
You go into the bookshelf and pull out one of the books, and the book appears to just be a standard storybook,
Oh.
like a fiction novel almost.
Maroth is gonna open the book. Is she able to read the text on it?
Yes.
Okay, thank God. So we've at least confirmed that she can fucking read. Still.
Good job. As you skim through the book just to test if you can read, you notice a large one that's kind of pops out from the rest of the books. It has a more grandiose design and nicer inlining.
Ooh. Yeah, let's check that out.
You grab the book off the shelf and the first thing that you see in bright gold letters is the word Dulcum on it. Dulcum.
Dolcum.
Dul.
Dulcum.
Yeah, the Dulcum. That's all it says on the cover.
She's gonna open it and see what's on the first few pages.
You open the book, and the first page is a text. It simply says it is like a line of text, almost poetry, like formatted as a poem. It's like almost formatted as a poem. It basically says, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't actually have this written down, but it basically says, ye who read this, may thou be blessed with the knowledge of Tia.
How is that spelled?
Theia.
Theia. Okay. Maroth is gonna make the connection. That's probably the woman that the statue is.
Mm-hmm. It does also say at the very end, may you forever receive the light of the goddess of life.
Okay. That's on the end of the page, right?
Yes.
Maroth is gonna flip to the next page.
The next page opens, and you spend a bit reading it. It describes in the beginning before. It tells you that you point out a few keywords, which include Vitidist, spelled Vittaidist. And
What? How is that spelled?
Vittaidist.
Ooh, okay.
It basically the first page basically says in summary, before the Vittaidists came to this world, humanity lived in turmoil and terror. However, soon that would change. After the first descent of the goddess of life. To summarize, the pages remind you of the Bible, where each page is very spaced apart. They're almost written in poems and written in small sentences. where each page is, the words are very big, and unlike a normal book, which you're used to, where it's like 100 words per page, each page is only maybe, you know, like 30, 40 words.
Mm. So let's keep reading.
You flip the page, you flip the page, and then the second page in summary basically says Tia in her great and glorious form will descend upon, has and will descend upon the world, and with her she will bring peace, life, and prosperity.
Hmm. Real quick, are there more copies of this book, or is it the only one?
Just the one.
Let's stay here and keep reading. I want to get the knowledge.
The knowledge.
Knowledge.
You flip through the next couple of, you flip through the next, maybe, you spend the next, maybe we'll say an hour. You spend the next hour reading through we'll say 60 of these pages. And the knowledge that, 60 pages, which is roughly a third of the book. Actually, we'll say a fourth of the book. And through these, you basically learn the story of, actually, yeah, we'll say a fourth. You learn the stories of Gilliman, of a man known as the Prophet, Gilliman Lockhart, and you learn that he was a wandering man from the kingdom that pre-existed the modern Republic of Vasilius, which you don't know what that is, but you know.
Prophet. He what?
You learn that the story starts with the prophet Gilliman Lockhart, Gilliman Lockhart, basically
G-I. Okay.
and Lockhart, like
Yeah.
Lockhart, yeah. That he was a disparaged soul from an ancient kingdom long past. And you learn that on his journey, he meets a local village girl, Alexandria, who appears to him as the most beautiful person he has ever seen. Gilliman stops his travels for her and talks with her about why he's traveling. How he's traveling because he doesn't understand his life, and he doesn't understand why Daedalus gave them life. And he isn't sure what he should do. And at this moment, Alexandria reveals herself to be reveals to Gilliman as that she is the goddess of life, and that she will grant him the purpose he seeks, and that by following her, he can reach true enlightenment and build a purpose around the world. She offers him a message that is still important today to these religious people, which is the cycle of life and death is never ending. It consumes all and is all. You may only decide what to do while in the cycle. Regardless, you should live free and find purpose within yourself. Such is, I believe, the nature of humanity Daedalus wished for you to achieve. After giving her words to Gilliman, she ascended back to heaven. The following years and decades of Gilliman's life, he will establish a small town that would eventually grow into a city with the church at the center for all who wanted to believe in Tia. It would spread influence around the kingdom, taking in over 50% of the population and to believe in Tia. However, the forces in the monarchy didn't like this, and so in his late 60s, the kingdom would burn down the entire city. This important date is known as the Burning of Gilliman. In an attempt to protect his home and people, he was forced to watch burn down, He attempts to. He is forced to watch the entire place he is cared about burned down, and he is then executed on the Ashen grounds. He never raised a sword to anyone, not even the people who burned his home down. He only wanted to
So
spread the
why did they do this?
because
Why did they do this?
because there he was gaining too much influence.
Okay. Okay, go on.
He was a pacifist in all rights and advocated for true pacifism, and fought and protested against wars and conquest and the monarchy. He was modest, caring, and never wanted anyone to be mad. The resulting of his death would fill his followers with hate and vengeance, and they would seek to eliminate the king who they blamed for his death. And the person that would lead the charge to Gilliman's closest follower, Brule Ervaldi. And that is where you kind of ended reading, about 1/4 into the book.
Okay, what was the guy's name?
Ruel. Rule.
Ruel.
Ervaldi. Ervaldi.
Okay.
You can.
Okay.
It's likely night now. Easily, you can continue reading or leave.
I think Maroth is going to put this. Actually, yeah, she's gonna put the book back because there's no way she can take it with her and keep it in one piece to read. So for now, I think that's all that she is going to be getting. So she's gonna put the book back and begin going back up the stairs.
Satisfied with the current reading and knowing that you're not going to take the book with you, you put the book back on the shelf and head back to the door. However, as you approach the door, you hear footsteps coming down the stairs.
Ah, shit. Okay. What is there a place where Maroth could hide her whole body?
Behind some boxes, maybe the statue. But yes.
Okay. Maroth is going to hide behind some boxes.
You find the biggest boxes in the room and find a place to hide behind, kind of snug your body into. You are facing the wall, and you hear the door open, and you hear some armored figure enter the room.
That's it.
He walks around the room, appearing to be doing a minor inspection. Doesn't seem anything out of the ordinary, and returns upstairs.
It. Okay. Maroth is gonna wait until she can't hear footsteps anymore before starting to go up back up the stairs. A little bit slowly though.
Hearing the door behind her close, you get up from the boxes and kind of approach the door slowly and listen to the footsteps going up the stairs. After hearing him close, whoever that was, close the door behind them, you slowly open the door as well and begin walking up the stairs. After walking up for a minute, you push your ear to the door and hear the armored man slowly walking away.
Maroth is going to open the door to see if he's really gone.
You open the door and see that there's no one on the stage. Exit the door and look across the stage to see an armored man walking back towards you and opening the main door and leaving.
Okay. Maroth is going to begin going back towards the door she came from.
Yeah. You run across the stage as quietly as you can and find the door you have with the stone removed. It's completely closed.
Can she still open the door?
It's locked.
God damn it. Okay. Maroth is going to go to the main door and press her ear to it and see if she can hear anything there.
You carefully walk across the large room and approach the main door, pressing your ear against it. You hear two men speaking from beyond the door. One of them asks if there was anything out of the ordinary. The other one responds that everything seems normal, like usual. The men continue talking about their life, their family, but it's clear to you immediately that they're likely guards stationed to defend the temple from anyone trying to break in.
Shit. Okay. I'm gonna take a second to think about this. By the way, Maroth only has her, like, just the skills right now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
As you sit there for a few minutes wondering what to do, you hear through the door that one of the guards says that he's going to do a quick inspection outside just to be sure that there's nothing out there. You hear the sound of the what sounds to be like probably the actual entrance to the cathedral opening and closing.
Okay. So now there's only one guard outside the door, right?
Yes.
Okay. Maroth is going to... Okay, this is a kind of awful thing to do, but let's be real, she's already done worse. She's going to go further into the room itself. Is there anything loose lying around? And any object lying around at all?
No.
Any object that she could pick up? Oh, shit. Okay. Maroth is gonna go back down the stairs. And she's going to grab, like, a random heavy book. Like, a heavier book, but just a random one.
You just grab one of the bigger books.
She's gonna go back upstairs.
Mm-hmm. You listen and...
Go...
Yeah.
Hmm?
Continue.
Has the other guard returned?
No.
She's going to go to more the back of the room, and she is going to. There are like the long. God, what are they called?
Chairs?
Hold on. The long bench-like chairs that churches have. It has those, right?
Yes.
Okay, she is going to slam the book as hard as she can on the ground and then duck down behind the bleachers.
You slam the book as hard as you can on the ground and then jump in over one of the bleachers. Within seconds, the guard comes bursting into the room, looking around, saying, "Who's there?"
Maroth is not going to say anything.
He readies his sword, though you hear him unsheathing, and cautiously walks into the room. Once he reaches the center of the room, he still hasn't noticed you, although you're not visible to him, but you're very close to being visible by him. He looks around the entire
she's gonna try and begin to move so like she's out of sight and but try and get closer a little bit to the door.
You move to the back end of the bleachers and continue and trying to shuffle towards the door. The man continues to call out whoever is there to reveal themselves, and eventually he notices the book on the ground. He bends over to inspect the book.
How close is Maroth to the door?
20 feet.
And does it look like it can just be easily opened?
It's already open.
Book it, run,
You
run to the door.
You run towards the door and obviously immediately pull the guard's attention. And he sees you, but in the dark of night, doesn't make out. Is only able to make out a shadow as he just screams "intruder." You run out into the reception room and notice the front door.
Front door. It's probably wasn't the most thought out plan, but it's all I could think of her doing.
You rush towards the front door and shove it open. It does open and begin running. The guard quickly chases after you, but considering it's the dead of night and you can see in the dark, he can't and has armor. You're able to eventually get away from the guard inside. However, a bright flash of light appears to your left, and the other guard who is doing an outside inspection has appeared to cast magic on his sword and himself, illuminating himself, allowing him to see everywhere around him, including you. He recognizes you and screams "demon," and begins charging towards you with his sword at the ready.
Shit. Am I still moving at least somewhat faster than he is?
Equal speed.
How close am I to the door? The next door.
What do you mean, next door?
Like, wasn't she in a hallway?
You're outside.
Oh, she is? Shit. I'm trying to understand the layout of this place, but
You were
yeah,
you were in the reception hall and you bust through the main door of the building, so now you're outside.
She is going to try and keep running and keep away from him.
You continue running, I assume towards the ocean.
Yes.
But since you're on the front side of the building, the ocean is now quite far away because the building is very large.
Yeah.
You
I figured.
begin booking towards the the ocean, and when you hear a sound behind you see a light increasing from behind you. You turn around to see the man has sheathed his sword, recognizing that he's probably not going to be able to catch you with it, and raises his hand into the sky and casts a spell. You are only able to see it for a second, but it takes a few seconds for him to charge it, and he casts Radiance Lancer, and the next thing you know, 3 spear-like bullets are all heading straight for you.
Maroth is going to try and fall to the side to dodge them.
You jump to the side, and the bullets whiz past you. However, they turn around and immediately head towards you again.
No. Go on.
You're unable to really react to it, and can only move to the right again and continue running forward. The bullets move past you, but once again come forward, and however, you see after what feels after around 6 seconds, they dissipate.
Maroth is gonna keep running towards the ocean, kind of moving side to side as much as she can.
You could continue charging towards the ocean, and then the knight stops, and falls to his knees, and starts clasping his hands together.
Shit. Shit. How close am I to the ocean?
You're halfway across. You're roughly 3/4 of the way past the church. I mean, you're 3/4. Since you're at the front of the church and you're running from the front to the back, you're 3/4 of the way across the church.
Keep fucking running and
You're
hoping nothing. Hope nothing bad happens.
You keep running towards the ocean with with your passive skill adrenaline activating and slightly increasing your speed, and continue booking it towards the ocean. As you run past the temple and approach the sand, you hear the knight basically asking the gods for a blessing, and within maybe a few seconds, whatever spell he was casting activates, and a light appears from the sky. You turn around and are almost stunned by the light for maybe a second, and continue running, looking behind you to see that the man has summoned an angel, and points towards you, saying something, but at this point you're too far away to hear what he's saying, and the angel activates its wings, and immediately starts flying towards you.
Fucking run, Forrest, run.
Even more.
Is there anything else I can really do in this situation? I don't think there is.
You continue to book it towards the water, moving even faster thanks to the natural adrenaline in your body activating. However, the angel is easily gaining on you because, it can fly. You reach the sand and don't even. I assume you don't even try to go for the spear.
No.
Just as the angel hovers above you and raises its light sword in the sky, you just dive forward and get into the water, and without even thinking, you just dive as deep down into the ocean as physically possible. Nothing that could reside in the ocean is even mattering to you right now. You're just trying to get away from this current threat. You dive so deep to the point where you can't see the surface above you, and the angel doesn't follow you.
Thank fuck. Oh god. So Maroth can't even see the surface anymore. The moonlight isn't getting this far.
No. That's how deep she dove.
Maroth is just gonna kind of hurl up into a little ball and begin fucking crying.
You curl up into a ball and start sobbing.
Yeah, hold on. Okay. Yeah. That was a dumb idea. And had she not nearly been sliced in half by an angel, or whatever the fuck it was gonna do to her, this would have almost been fun, but that last part was not very fun.
You don't say.
Yeah.
What gives you that idea?
Anyway, yeah, Maroth is going to wait there a little bit until she just chills out.
Yeah. You sit in the water, letting the adrenaline rush go over you, letting the water almost calm you down, and just taking in the darkness. After what feels like...
Jamal, what are you doing here?
You wait for maybe 30 minutes, but the exhaustion finally catches up to you as the adrenaline runs out, and you just kind of fall asleep hovering in the ocean.
Mm.
You wake up with a startle, realizing, oh shit, I fell asleep. And as the sun rises, you can actually like see around you because the sunlight's stronger than the moonlight. You're kind of just in the open ocean, but you can still see the walls of the beach. Satisfied that it likely has been long enough, you swim up to the surface and look at the beach, see the temple. There's no one there. No angel, nothing.
Maroth is gonna slowly scuttle up onto the land and see if her spear's still somehow there.
You go up to the land and find the spear. It's still there.
Yeah. She's gonna take it, almost hugging it, and go right back into the water.
You grab the spear and immediately head back into the water.
I think she's going to take this opportunity to get some fucking fish to eat. 'Cause That's 10 times easier to. That's 10 times easier to eat than like literally anything now.
Yeah. You head back into the water and skimming the surface are quickly able to find a bunch of topwater fish and spear them with ease. And finally getting used to hunting underwater, you feel like it's almost become second nature now. You're able to catch multiple fish at a time using both hands and tear through a school of fish with ease. After a few minutes, maybe 10, 20 minutes, you feel full with fish carcasses kind of just floating around you.
Earth is gonna go back up to the surface, a little bit curious now. In the water, she feels far more safe doing this. But she's going to poke her head up and kind of wait to see if she can see any just waiting to see if there's any like sort of investigation or anyone investigating what happened last night.
You look up from the water and poke your head out, and you wait for maybe a few minutes and eventually do notice some priests and some soldiers approaching the location where you dove into the water.
Maroth has probably moved away from that area, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. You're maybe like...
And the priests are the same ones that were there yesterday, right?
No.
Oh. Are they the horse motherfuckers?
No.
Damn, new type of priest unlocked.
Actually, we'll say yeah.
Horse motherfuckers?
Yeah, just without the horses. You recognize them, yes.
Like as the same people, or
Yes.
is just the same sort of group?
The same four.
The same what?
The same four people, yes.
Oh, God. Oh, no.
You're maybe a few, like, you're far from shore and far from the spot, and you kind of poke your head out using the natural blueness of your skin to hide yourself in the water and observe. You're obviously too far away to hear what they're saying, but you see the priests you've met from earlier, kind of expecting the sand, ordering his men to go around the area. They search the land looking for anything, and they kind of trace back your steps. They seem to be analyzing your footprints, looking at the water, seeing if anything is in there. One of them seems to point out the fish carcasses that have brushed against shore that you consumed just earlier. They seem to be picking it up, inspecting it, and one of the priests seems to note that it has just been eaten recently, because they all seem to up their guard and ready some magic and some weapons as they begin to continue to scan the area.
God, I hope. Okay. I really hope that I see them again the next time Maroth does shit like this. I want to see them again. I think they just meet.
Hey, they would be like, they'd be getting angry. Just a bit.
Why? Why would they be angry?
I couldn't imagine.
Maroth is going to get just the slightest bit closer until she's going to try and get as close as she can, beginning to swim back under the water. She wants to fucking listen to what's going on.
You
She
slowly
wants the tea.
swim towards the people, eventually fully submerging underwater, swimming just underneath the ocean. Maybe just 5 feet below to gain the benefits from your skill, and approach the people. You're maybe 3 meters out at sea, and maybe 2 meters underwater. At this point, using thanks to your race, you can hear perfectly underwater and are kind of hearing it on their conversation. Of course, you're not close enough to fully make it out. What you can make out is these priests are murmuring amongst themselves, mentioning the clues they found, and think that you probably haven't gone far. However, they also note that searching the ocean is unrealistic and likely not really a worthwhile expedition. And you hear another one of the priests noting that it's similar to the beast. This possible that this is the same beast that attacked them at the lake. And you see that the guard from last night, describes you in very rough detail. Because he never saw your face, but only saw like the skin color. They note that you could be the same one. However, they also know that there are many blue-skinned demon-like tiefling creatures, and so it couldn't be also entirely possible that it's just a member of the same race, which would add up considering the area from the lake to here is far. However, you could be a traveling. They continue to talk amongst themselves about all the possibilities, but likely conclude that it's a different tiefling of the same race that happens to be stirring trouble. The priests seem a bit worried, wondering that if this tiefling race is starting to get more agitated and antsy, and might plan a larger attack, and perhaps, and especially the fact that they didn't know why they were in the temple, seems to concern them even more, because they seem to be worried that perhaps you were a spy trying to gather information. However, all of this seems to just be theory to them. And after listening in for maybe another 30 minutes, they eventually leave.
I'm enjoying this.
We're patrolling.
Yeah. Maroth is gonna begin swimming away, going the direction on the shore she was already going. But she's gonna probably keep this place in mind, and who knows, we might come back here sometime for other reasons. I don't know.
Who knows? You continue heading down. Still the morning, continuing to head down the path that you were going with your spear still in hand. As you swim, you eventually come upon an island. Actually, and you come across an island to your right. It's a small island, but it's kind of there. You can investigators continue swimming.
Let's see what's at the island.
You pop up on the island for a bit, just to kind of take note of what's happening. And there's a few sparse plants, trees, but however, many of them seem similar to what were on the plains, with the exception of a few things. But regardless, it seems to just kind of be like an uninhabited island. Satisfied that there's nothing really there, you continue along and swim in between the island and the shore, continuing down. You swim for maybe another 2 to 3 hours and eventually, as it's around noon, a little past noon, and pop your head out of the shore and notice a dockyard appearing in the distance.
Ooh. Maroth's gonna swim a little deep, but go there.
You dive into the water to get yourself nice and submerged and begin to swim towards the dockyard. You swim towards the dockyard, and once underneath the docks, you kind of pop your head up and look around and see that from the distance you were able to tell this is clearly a town, and this is the dock of said town.
We found a town! That's so great!
Mm-hmm.
So Maroth is gonna begin just staying out of sight, either by swimming low or like using structures to her advantage. But she's gonna begin exploring as far as she can from where she is,
Mm-hmm.
which is in the water.
Sorry, say that again? Sorry, I blacked out.
She's gonna begin exploring as much as she can just from being in the water.
Okay, you remain deep in the water, and eventually kind of explore around the docks, investigating the pools, seeing how deep they go. You realize the bottom of the ocean here is quite shallow, and note the standard simple design of the ships. They're kind of docked in the dock. They look like simple trading and fishing vessels, nothing too grand, no kind of like battleships or whatever.
I think this would be a good place to leave it.
Maroth just kind of at the city.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
this was this was a fun session.
May I like to point out, your first session was an hour, 50 minutes, and 34 seconds. Is currently an hour, 50 minutes, and 20 seconds.
I thought it would have been longer, because...
No, it's been an hour, 50.
Oh. Okay. Is that fine? Or
I mean,
do you
it can
want future
be
sessions
as
to
long as you're short as you want it to be. It's however long you want to go for. I was
Okay.
just noting it's funny that you like had the exact same time.
be? Oh. Yeah, I'm not as used to longer sessions. Like, I like longer D&D sessions, but
Okay, I'll put it this
it
way.
feels like,
I
yeah.
think that sessions will become a lot longer once you guys meet each other.
Fair.
I think once
For
you
now,
guys
little
are
bits
like,
at a time
yeah,
is
Oh,
Yeah.
notice how I immediately join in to ask Connor something,
you,
and then
you
Luther
join
comes
as
in
we
right
finish.
after. Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
we're just about to finish.
Cool.
Yeah,
How'd it go?
Burb got chased by an angel.
What?
Yeah,
How'd you manage that?
Burb got caught. Burb went to the Elegia temple, got caught by one of the guards, and ran to the ocean and got the guard activated the angelic pact greater tier light spell, summoned a lesser angel to attack Burb. Yeah, and she got fucking chased by an angel.
Dude,
I
imagine
think
getting,
I think I'm gonna have a proclaimed by myself arch nemesis now. Which
Oh, you better not meet Jamal then, or like Elphys.
But yeah, no, Burb. Like I was saying, like I bet once we're doing lore sessions together, and our characters are interacting like maybe as a party, sessions are gonna get exponentially longer. I think.
Oh, it's gonna be stupid, I can feel it.
Because you guys are gonna be actually talking to each other in lore. That's gonna be all kinds of chaotic. Okay, I'll go ahead and end
Jamal,
this.
Hell
look in the
yeah.
sky. Yeah, we're gonna just be like, hey
Okay.
Jamal, look in the sky, and then he's gonna be like, oh shit, what's up there? And I've like made you look.
I'll go ahead and stop the recording now.